Claudette was finally named. So anyway, it's just light enough for me to start filming. If you look down here, you can see that storm surge is starting to come on shore a little bit. So high tide is at 8:50 this morning. We'll definitely see if I'm correct about the water level. There's a squall line moving through right now. It's starting to kind of thunder and lightning a bit. I just looked at the radar, and that squall line is really close. So we'll see if we can get some of this on film. All right, here's a quick look at this squall line. Let's see if I can put this squall line into motion where the blue dot is, which is Dauphin Island. Once I put this into motion, you'll see this thick squall line about to come through. Check it out. See it? So it is right here, right here on the edge of it. So we should be getting some pretty good weather here in just a minute. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to hang here for as long as I can until I start getting really soaking wet. Picking up out here really good. I'm gonna get soaked right here. Not a lot of wind yet. Now this is how Hurricane Sally was for 2 days straight. I'm getting soaked right here. Super heavy rain. Not a lot of wind at all. Water starting to come into the yard. Ooh, the lightning's intense. So last night at around 4 a.m., the National Hurricane Center named the storm Claudette. So I was right. I don't owe anybody 20 bucks. We did get a name. I figured that would happen. So we now have had our third named storm very early in the 2021 hurricane season. So I'm still kind of cloudy in my thoughts. I woke up about 3 or 4 times throughout the night. Was really nothing going on, and I noticed early, like about 4:30, water started coming into the yard. So it's starting to come up even quicker now. Then I realized that they named it, and then I couldn't film yet because it was still too dark. Anyway, but now we're starting to get that storm surge. See, the water's really starting. I'm gonna go downstairs because you can see it a lot better there. Ooh, ooh. Lightning strikes. Heavy, torrential rain, heavy. And it's not very light, so it's really hard to show it justice. See if I can zoom into these lights. Water really starting to pile up in the yard now. Oh. Water definitely coming in the yard. Just since I started this video like 2 or 3 minutes ago, it's gotten a lot further underwater. Check it out. Lightning is intense. Rain's even heavier now. I'm gonna see if I can catch it downstairs. Here we go, getting wet. So it's still so dark, it's really hard to see, but this water is coming up, I mean, rapidly. I'll see, I'm getting soaked. I'm already wet anyway, it doesn't matter. But this water right here is already, it's already I mean, if I go further, now it's even deeper. So it's like up to, I don't know, the bottom of my ankle. And if I turn around, the water is kind of coming right up into the yard. No, it's actually deeper. It's actually up even further. It's actually up to here. I just need a little bit more light, a little bit more daylight, and you'll be able to see this a lot better. The sky looks really rough, really dark here behind me. I need some more light. So what we're gonna try to do, again, I knew this wouldn't be a big wind event, knew that. Knew it wouldn't be anything devastating. My call was a named storm, Claudette. I got that, and this water here will make it underneath my house. So when I started the video, I started this video as soon as I could see at all, and it's still a little hard to see on camera. But let's mark it off. So right now the crab traps are halfway underwater. So just since I started this one video, it's gotten 6 inches deeper. So let's kind of look at a landmark. So let's say this buoy, it's already past this buoy. So there's a buoy, and it's, you know, it's probably 20 feet into the yard at this point. And we'll look this way. It's already well up into the yard over here. Okay. So we'll use this palm tree over here as a marker. It's not quite to the palm tree. It's come way in though. The bulkhead's way up there. Come straight across. And we'll use that buoy as a marker. So I'll walk closer to that buoy. So it's really starting to come in. So we'll monitor that and see if my call is right. Check out the cloud tops. Moving rapidly. Wind coming out of the south, southeast, east, southeast, south, southwest. I can't quite gauge it. I don't have my anemometer with me. But it's going to be an interesting next couple hours, and then I think the rain will disappear, and really it may even be just a partly cloudy day and be a nice day here. But the high tide is at 8:50 a.m. 8:50, and it's like 6. So we have 2 more hours of water level to increase. This is a look back out to the west. That squall line, it's over us. So it wasn't, you know, some super... Sky is talking. It wasn't some super intense squall line, but it came from this direction. It's right basically on top of us, so it's not packing a bunch of heavy rain and wind, but it definitely has some lightning, definitely has some thunder, definitely a nice early morning storm. I just hope it gets cleared out of here at some point today so I can get the tennis courts clean. Let's go! Excited! All right, I got my 6 o'clock a.m. cup of coffee, got a little energy in me. Let's get down. Water level's rising though, back up top. I was getting pounded with rain down there. So we have it all the way to the palm tree now. Well into the yard. The crab traps, this one is almost completely underwater. It's just still so dark out, so dim. My camera doesn't focus very well. But right as the yard is flat, and then as it goes towards that bulkhead, it dips down by about 2 feet. So right now that kind of overhang towards the bulkhead is filling up. So right on this side of that bulkhead, the water, if the crab trap, which comes up to about my thigh, if it's almost all the way underwater, it's 2.5 feet deep right at the ledge, but it's moving into the yard relatively quickly. See, I would call this squall kind of a dud. This is what you call a dud squall. Look at the red on the radar. It's just intense. It looks like it should just be pounding Dauphin Island right now. I mean, it's right on top of us. But this is what you call a dud squall. But nonetheless, the water is moving up rapidly into the yard. Some nice lightning strikes just happening there. Maybe I'll get some thunder. You know, there's an old saying that you can tell how close a storm is by timing the lightning flash with the sound of thunder. So I just had 2 flashes of lightning that seemed, and there's the thunder. So it doesn't seem like, if that old way of forecasting distance to intense thunderstorms, if that is true, then it's not very close, even though it shows to be right on top of us. Nice heavy downpour. Again, no wind. But that water is steadily increasing. It's just that edge. Once that edge fills up, that water is going to be underneath the house. We have another 2.5 hours of tide to rise. That dock now, you can see it. I don't know if I can zoom in on it yet, but that dock is usually way out of the water, and water's right on it. The neighbor's yard. Wow, can I get over here? I got so much construction stuff all over the place. Look at that. The water's all the way up to their palm trees over there. Check it out. So the water is really starting to push in now. So I was right about the name. Ooh, nice lightning. Right about the name. Right about the storm surge so far. Where you at, Weather Channel? Oh, there's a heron. That's the heron that always comes and visits every time it rains. Check him out. See him? It's still too dark for my camera to focus, but that's my trusty weather heron. Let's go get a close-up of that guy. Alright, we're gonna see if this heron will let us say hello to him, alright? Pardon the construction, this is still from Hurricane Sally. I'm surprised he's not like, man, let me get under that house with you. It's coming down. Ooh, the water's rising too. Dude, the water's getting high. See him? You see him? He's like camouflage. Got him? You see him? I mean, every time there's a hurricane, you can almost look at all of my videos going back to like 2018. Anytime I do a storm and stay up all night long, I promise you, this guy is always here. There was a video I did, and the news wanted to show it on one of these storms, and he was in it. Oh, he's hunting or something. Check him out. What should we name this guy? In comments, come up with a name for this guy, and we'll name him. Oh, let's get a name for him. Pick a name. I don't know if you can hear me, but what does he look like? A Fred? A Jack? A Ronaldo? What's he look like? Let's name him. Best name in comments. Next time he comes out, we're going to call him by his name. Look how high the water's gotten. Okay, so the crab trap now is almost all the way underwater. Okay. That little station there with the water sticking out of it, that wooden part comes up to like my belly button, and it's halfway underwater. So there's definitely about 2 feet of water in the yard, and it's coming really close to the bottom of the house, and this has happened very quickly. Okay, now we have sideways driving rain. I mean driving rain. Torrential tropical downpour. Not a wind element. I mean, there's some wind in it. But right now, I can assure you the west end of Dauphin Island is definitely going to be covered in water. Hopefully it doesn't get too much higher, because a lot of sand will get pulled across the island, making the main road really difficult to get across. But this water is rising now at this point very quickly. Very quickly. What are we gonna name this guy? Still don't have great clarity. You could just hear how hard the rain's coming down. I mean, it's pouring. My man George is still over there. still too dark for my cell phone camera, which is like a 13 megapixel camera, but it's still a little dark for it to kind of crispen up the focus. Sorry about that. Best I can do. Let's go. Glad you're tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Appreciate it a lot. And name this crane. So I don't know if you can hear me. Again, sorry for the pixelated images if they're a little blurry. I am filming in HD, but it's still so dark. I mean, it's usually pretty bright by now, but it's so cloudy. So I kind of have rain kind of pelting in my face. Not sure if you can hear me, but come on, let's go. First named storm of the year, at least in this area, and we got it on film. Come on. The crab trap is now completely underwater. This is happening really quickly, so I'm filming segments. So sorry if it gets long-winded, but hey, I really get excited about this. Thank you very much for watching. Much love to everyone. Be safe, be kind, because everybody you meet is fighting a tough battle. But look, that crab trap, when I started filming about 25 minutes ago, was well out of the water, okay? It's underwater. Here's the edge of my porch. A little while ago, it was way out there. Now I can't even get off of my porch. It's right here. I moved my vehicles all the way back there. The driveways come up, pretty close to the house. I moved them all the way back there. Now I've got water I didn't even see this. Look at this. All the way from the water, all the way past the house, all the way up to the side of the house, all the way up, going up towards the front of the house. This storm surge is going to happen. Look at it. Driving rain. This is my yard. You just saw it out of the water. Tropical storm Claudette. Look at that. That's my yard, what's left of it. So now our markers are going to be underneath the house on the front side of it. So it's about, oh, it's already gotten past the house, but let's say the very back edge of this tree. And it's already up to the front of my house already. If it gets much closer to my vehicles out there, I'm going to have to get out there and move them again. You get salt water underneath or submerged in your vehicle, that vehicle is done. There's not much you can do with it. Look at this. Incredible how quickly the water can rise. And we got George, Jack, or whatever we're going to name him. We got him just hanging out, like always. It's amazing how these birds do it. I don't know if it's just luck or if they sense it. I don't know, but I promise you, this darn guy, which is awesome, I love him, he needs a name. Still hanging out. Driving wind, driving rain. No, I'm not at the beach. This is my backyard. Look at it. Incredible. So now I'm having to stand on a table out here. The water is now underneath my porch. And this is happening relatively quickly. It's been about 45 minutes since I started this kind of conglomeration of videos. But now water's underneath my house and I'm standing on a table. The pilings, again, is where the bulkhead starts. You saw green grass a little while ago. Now I've got sticks and stuff floating in my yard, still climbing right up to where I'm standing. Claudette's making noise. She's talking a little bit, little thunder. Incredible how quick this happens. That's why you have to be so careful with any type of storm surge. Again, I'm on the north-facing side of the island. So in this direction would be the Gulf of Mexico. And this direction is Mobile, Alabama. So, or across the Mobile Bay. So I'm on a relatively protected side. And look at this, right? So could you imagine low-lying areas like coastal barrier islands, Dauphin Island, or Mississippi? Ryan Mason, hopefully you're all right. I got part of the bulkhead that just came up over there. I don't know if you can see it. Driving rain. Water all in the yard. Woo! All in the yard. I mean, it is just driving rain. So much water in the yard. The bulkhead is out there past that spigot. Okay, it's about 3 feet on the other side of that is where the yard actually ends and the canal starts. And look how far the water's coming to the yard. I can't even get off of my cement from underneath my house. That crab trap is a big crab trap. It's like a supersized crab trap, and it's almost underwater. The one that you saw out here earlier, I can't see it anymore. Okay, that little white piece of PVC pipe right there, that's what my daughter and I used to put pieces of bait out to fish, and we leave it in there, and that thing's probably up to my waist, and I can just see the tip of it. I mean, it's pouring. Ooh, lightning. Wow. Oh, there's pieces of the guy's dock. You can see it, part of his dock just floated up. Still a little dark to get finely tuned focus that far out at plus 2.3 magnification. Ooh. So this is a minimal tropical storm, 45-mile-an-hour max winds. It's already made landfall. Can you imagine how it was during Sally when this house was destroyed? 3 times this intensity. 3 times this intensity. Imagine that. This is really mild, to say the least. Look how far water's now come into my yard. All the way up to the side of my house. I still can't get a good clean focus. All right, I adjusted a few settings on my phone to see if that will kind of clean it up a little bit. So again, pardon me if some of these videos or some of these clips of videos are a little blurry, but it is really picking up, guys. We got a wind event, a little bit of wind anyway, coming down. Water all the way up to the side of the house, all the way up. All right, we got a little bit more light. I think the quality is a little bit better. But we definitely have storm surge. I think there's a couple people out there that are planning to come down and visit here in the next week or two. Remind me this afternoon, once this pushes out, to venture down where your houses are going to be, where you're going to be staying, and just to make sure it's passable. And they'll work all week long generally to make it passable as quickly as possible. So I think you'll be okay. But we definitely have storm surge for sure. I mean, if I had my my kind of like what I call my weather shoes on, it's just a pair of old tennis shoes. If I had them on, I would go walk out in that. But I have bare feet, so, well, I have sandals. But I don't want to kind of step off in there. We have so many nails and wood that are drifting in here from all the construction. So I don't want to venture off in that water. I will, to heck with it. Let's go. So this is my yard, right? Ooh, it's deep right here. So look, my house is right here. Water all the way up to the porch, right? So here, my feet, I'm in my backyard. The further I go, the deeper I get. Oh, shoot. Big strike of lightning. Anyway, it just gets deeper as I go out there. It would be knee deep in my yard. Whoops, just lost a sandal. So right now, if this much water is in my yard, then you know darn well there's a lot of water elsewhere. Got pieces of docks floating by. I mean, it's incredible. We have our heron. Look, that bulkhead over on the other side is usually like 4 feet out of the water. We got the heron still kicking it over there. I cannot go back. I can't go back into the yard. I had little like splinter pieces of wood all over my feet. So the rain's kind of stopped subsiding, but this water level is going to keep rising. It's going to keep rising until 8:50. At 08:50 Central Standard Time, the water will then begin to subside a bit. But we still have another, what, hour and 50 minutes before that happens? Let's make a bet. How far does the water get? Does it get all the way under here? It's already on the edge. There's the edge of my house. Okay. Will it get under here? I think so. It's already up here on this side. Okay. It's already flooded to here on this side. Let's put that into perspective, how far the water's come up. Okay. This is the front of the house here. The front. Turn around. There's water right there. Water. Cars. We don't have very far to go. So here's where the water is under the house. Walk forward, water, 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 water. The whole backyard, water, water. Oh my gosh. Let's see how close that little squall is. Where's the thunder? Had a nice lightning flash. Where are you at, Heron? What do you think? When's that thunder gonna hit? I think he looks like a jack. Amazing. All you can see is water. No more yard, nothing but water. Let's go! Come on! So back up top, the water got a little deep down there, so that squall line passed, right? So it seems like, you know, just an ordinary day, except there's a couple of feet of water in my yard. And look at this. This dock was just built over here. It's now completely covered in water. And if I zoom in, you can see it floating. See the ladder and the wood that floated up? And that was just put together. All that's just water in the yard. See how much water all the way up, all the way past their pine trees, all the way into the middle of their yard. It's all the way up to the back of my house. Look, water's all the way back here. So that's just where I was standing. So here's the front of my house way out here. It's gone all the way up there. Part of the pier floating right there. You can watch it floating down my yard. Look at that. That's my yard. Wow. Hey, this has been a fun kind of entry-level storm for 2021. This is just a teaser of things to come. This is one year where I really don't, well, I hope I don't have to get out and film any devastation. I was humbled last year during Sally. I really, really, really don't want to go through that again. There's more pier debris floating out there in the middle. Can't quite see it. So during Sally, by the way, last year, we had some furniture underneath the house and we put it up, but it didn't matter because the storm surge was so bad. Anyway, long story short is we went for a walk on the beach on the Gulf side about 2 weeks later, and we found one of our seat cushions on the beach, and we knew it was ours because we had some custom made or we had vinyl put over the leather to keep it protected from all the kids. They always climb on furniture, so we knew it was ours. Long story short, we found it on the beach a long ways away on the other side of the island about 2 weeks later. There was a sign, there's a place here, a really cool place called, I think it's Harbor House Bed and Breakfast, I think. Anyway, I read that they had a sign in the front that they found all the way somewhere down in Central America. And the people that found it took a picture of it and like posted it on social media, and they were like, oh wow, they lost their sign and they found it in South America or Central America. A lot of water. There are definitely going to be some storm surge impacts from this. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. This again was just kind of an entry-level storm. Not a lot of action going on with this one. The squall lines, at least on radar, have passed. The storm surge should hang in right about where we are, maybe get a little bit higher. Anyway, I had fun with it. Everybody stay safe. This is just the beginning of what could come this hurricane season. Hopefully not, though. Last year was pretty epic in terms of catastrophe. We had so many named storms in the Gulf, so many that made landfall. We hope we don't have that again this year. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Love doing it. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it. And don't forget to come up with the name for the heron that always shows up during these storms. Take care. I had fun with it. Sorry if it wasn't my best stream of videos. There really wasn't a lot to kind of get excited about, you know. But I did my best to find some positive energy in what we got. So anyway, take care. Much love to everyone, and we'll see you next storm. And all you tennis fans out there, our next podcast is coming up very soon. All right, take care. Peace. Much love. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.